With the name of Allah, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. I bear witness openly that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and his messenger. Dear beloved Muslim, we thank Allah for this day, Yawmul Jumu'ah. For this day is a day that is in comparison to none. This is the best. So when Allah summons us to come to the Jumu'ah, and He asks us to leave off our businesses, our trade, then that's telling us the importance of it right there. Because not on no other day do Allah ask you to leave your business. Do Allah ask you to leave your livelihood to come to worship Him? So this is telling us the importance of this Jumu'ah. So when we come to Jumu'ah, we should come with an intent. Our intent for Jumu'ah should be that I come to worship Allah, and that I also come to seek knowledge from the Imam or whoever is doing the khutbah, so that we can make a better situation for our life, for our family life, for our life as individuals, for our community life, for society life. So we have a big thing we dealing with. This religion of Islam, it ain't no small thing. And okay, here it says, and with the name of Allah, the merciful benefactor. So we got to recognize and have it in its right perspective. That Allah, He is the merciful benefactor. Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the messenger of Allah. He's not before Allah. Allah created him. He didn't create Allah. Allah is creator of self within his own self. So I remember Imam W. Muhammad said, and it was very important to me, that over in the Middle East and some of the countries, what they did, that in their propagation, in their dawah of Islam, that they put the Prophet before they put Allah. And because of them doing that, then it brought about a chaotic situation, because the balance was gone. The balance that Allah has established for us, it was lost. So He was saying to us here in America, don't fall into that same situation. You know, always, man, if you do dawah, make sure you putting Allah out in front. You know, sometimes we talk about the Prophet, that's good. We love our Prophet. But there's a perspective. You know, just like there in your family life, there's a perspective. There's a role, there's an obligation that we have to our family. It's a role, it's an obligation that we have to Allah and to Prophet Muhammad. It's a role and an obligation that we have to our family members. It's a role and an obligation that we have to our community. Now, how do we fulfill that obligation? We fulfill that obligation by obeying Allah and His Messenger. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's the living example for us as human beings. And he exemplified for us by Allah's mercy. He exemplified us what to do in just about every aspect of our life. And if we would take hold and take heed and hear and obey what Allah and Prophet Muhammad also is saying in this Quran, then there's much we could do. But if we hearing this and we hear and we disobey, then we going down. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be corruption, as we see today. You know, I'm saying this in a general sense. You know, I'm not saying it for no particular place, masjids, or nothing like that. But this is in the general sense that if we are not obeying Allah and His Messenger, then we going down. If we saying La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and we're not living that out, we going down. We gonna be suffering. Many of us are suffering. But don't get it wrong. Sometimes suffering, Allah let us suffer so that we can see the reality of what we need to see. Because we're not big enough in our thinking to do it on our own. So Allah have to intervene. Allah have to come into existence in our life to cause something to happen to us. You might have a car accident. You might pop your head on the steering wheel and then some brains will start operating. But this is how Allah works. And that's not cruelty. That's also mercy. You know, and when we looking at Allah, even if death come, that's mercy. How can we say anything that Allah do is not mercy? So we don't give life and we don't give death. Only Allah do that. So Allah, He is the merciful benefactor and He is the merciful redeemer. He lifts us up. When we are down, when we are in a bad situation, when, you know, we're not perfect, you know, we human beings, we make mistakes, we make faults, but we shouldn't do them intentionally. If we make a mistake, we go to Allah, right, and we ask Allah to forgive us for the mistake that we made. But if you're going to continue, you can't even call it a mistake no more. You know, because a mistake is something that you do and then you correct. But if you keep doing that same thing over and over again, then you fulfilling the role of a shaitan within yourself. And you know, when we read the Quran, you know, when we say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, do you know why we say that? Why we seek refuge with Allah from Satan, the rejected enemy? You think we saying that because the Quran need that? You think we saying that because Allah needs that? We saying it because we need it. So we say that to A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim because we need it. We are not perfect as human beings. And Allah knows. This is Allah's mercy to us. So Allah is telling us this is a perfect book. In this book is no doubt for those who believe. And in this book is no faults, no defects. So when we say that, it's only telling us that the defect is in us. So what do? We go to the book. We ask Allah to give us and bless us with the guidance of the Quran. And we read, if it's in Arabic, alhamdulillah. If it ain't in Arabic, alhamdulillah. You know, so we do that, and then we ask Allah for guidance. And if Allah want to give it to you, you're going to get it. If He don't, He won't give it to you. But always ask Allah. But be sincere. You know, sincerity is a big thing in Islam. Big thing. You know, because even when you came through that door in the masjid, if you walked in on your right foot, was it in sincerity? So Allah look at our hearts. Right? That's what He look at. He ain't looking at my clothes, my dress. Allah wants us to dress modest and to dress neat. That's how the Prophet said, you know, when we come to Jumu'ah, we should come in our best dress. In our perfume. Take a total bath, a ghusl. And present yourself to Allah in a way that is pleasing to Allah. Don't come in there, I mean, if you're working or something, you know, so it's Allah most merciful. If you're working, you come in your clothes that, you know, you don't want a dirty one. But if you come in like that, alhamdulillah, Because we ain't really trying to look at you for your clothes. We only trying to say what Allah and His Prophet is trying to convey to us that will make us better human beings. And this is what we are striving to be, right? We are striving to be better human beings. Because that's what we are. So Allah, alright, so we bear witness with knowledge. See, we bear witness with knowledge and understanding also. Like, when we bear witness, we say, the Shahadatain. So we should bear witness with knowledge. We should know what we're saying. An example is if you went into the courtroom and I heard Imam W.D. Muhammad say, I love Imam W.D. Muhammad, I'll let you know. If you don't like it, alhamdulillah. So that's my man. I've been with him for many years and I'm going to stay with him. Yeah, so, so he was, now I lost my point. Well, anyway, let me go on anyway. Okay, so there is no God except Allah. Muhammad is the last and the seal of the prophets. He is the complete human soul and the seal and conclusion of all the prophets. He is the complete, you hear what I'm saying? He is the complete human soul. In other words, He is the one that we have to model ourselves after if we want to try to come to that. But not as a prophet. We'll never be a prophet. But we could come to that complete human soul. But it won't be complete, but it'll be in good shape if we could, follow the prophet and what he represents to us. Today, inshallah, we are here at Jumu'ah because Allah is giving us an opportunity to fulfill this opportunity of many blessings. So the Jumu'ah, this is many blessings in Jumu'ah. We never know how many blessings we'll get. Only Allah knows that. But, like I said, sincerity and your intention can play a big role in what you get. So alhamdulillah. Okay, and we can obey Allah and His Messenger. That's a key factor. And I think we all know that anyway. We can obey Allah and His Messenger, not just in the day, but also in the night. Some people during the daytime, oh man, he was great, he was nice, alhamdulillah. Then at night, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. And this, we shouldn't be that way. And the day is when the light is shining upon us. But when in the night, you could hide and manipulate and do the thing that's not pleasing to Allah. So we don't want to fall into that category because that's shaitan. And the night also it represents ignorance because it represents darkness. So we don't want to fall into that. We will see and experience, and this is if we are sincere in this deen of Islam, we will see and experience a human transformation that only Allah could give. A human transformation. Based on what we do, Allah can give. Based on what we do. Based on what we do in our opportunity to hear and obey. So, in the Quran said they say they hear and obey, then the ungodly people were saying they hear but we disobey. So we want to be the godly people, right? Yeah, alhamdulillah. Hey, that's why we come to Jumu'ah. Or that's why we do other things that's pleasing to Allah. But also remember that Jumu'ah is the best day, but every day is good. every day is good. What the, it was Adam, I believe. Yeah, Adam. He was born on Friday. There they go, Adam. He was born on Friday. He died on Friday, and he was resurrected on Friday. So and this is another great thing in this Friday. So, dear beloved Muslims, we have to hear good things. We have to do good things. And we are a family. We shouldn't be enemies of one another. What kind of Al-Islam is that? We don't bicker with each other. We talk with each other. We discuss with each other. We try to help each other. I'm up here. I'm not an imam, and be honest with you, I don't want to be an imam. I was at one time. But the thing is, I just want to be a helper. That's why I'm here right now. I just want to help. And alhamdulillah, and whenever, if people here tired of my help, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'll do that in a minute, I'll go. Because I'm not one to try to cause confusion and disrupt nothing that is established on La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And this should be all of our attitude. We should work with one another. How can we say we believe in Allah and we don't work with each other? It's to me, and Allah the best knower. If we say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad, we love Prophet Muhammad, we love Allah, blah 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 blah, and we can't even break bread together. We can't do things together. Where's the proof? They say, right, the proof is in the pudding, right? So where's the pudding? So it ain't no proof. But the thing is, that's what we need to do. I'm saying as believe the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's what he did. When he came with the Quran, when Allah commissioned him to come to the people with the Quran, he called his people. All of them didn't come. Some of them was against him. His Abu Lahab, Abu Jahl, that was his uncles. And they were some of his worst enemies. But the Prophet still went on and he continued in his mission. And he was calling people to come to Al-Islam, to come out of Jahiliyyah. It was Jahiliyyah, the days of ignorance. We still have days of ignorance. But where's it at now? You might not see it there, but it's in our heads. So we have to come out of that the same way the Prophet brought them individuals out of it during his time. There's no other way for us Muslims. I'm telling you, if Allah didn't already prescribe to us how to live Al-Islam, now if we ain't learning, that's our problem. See, because Allah, He has made it incumbent, the Prophet said, peace be upon him, that it is incumbent upon both male and female to learn this religion of Al-Islam. It ain't up to the Imam to teach everybody Al-Islam. It ain't up to him. That's up to us. When we say we believe, we obligate our own self. And that's how we grow. But if we don't take on that spirit to do this on our own, then you won't get it. You might get it, but it might take you a long time. You might be about 80 years old or 90 years old, and you was 50 when you started out. But you got to start, you got to start, and you got to take it serious because hey, that's what it is. Okay. Okay, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he also said to seek knowledge, even if it be as far as China. Important, right? If he's gonna tell you even if it's as far as China, that must be real important. You know? So, and that just to telling us about knowledge, because, you know, knowledge is really the key to our success. I'm talking about useful knowledge. Not knowledge that's not based in the workings of the creation. If that knowledge is not based in the workings of our creation, that's not useful knowledge. For the scientists, y'all can go check it out. All right. Okay, in Surah 3. No, it's 35, Surah 35. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا لله عالم غيب السماوات والأرض إنه عليم بذات الصدور. Verily, Allah knows all the hidden things of the heavens and the earth. Verily, He has full knowledge of all that is in men's hearts. So Allah knows. He knows what is here in our hearts. We can't fool Allah. We can't play no tricks on Allah. You know, Allah is the best known. He gives us what we need if we accept it. You know, so but we gotta be obedient to Allah and love Him, and He will help us in our endeavors, help us to raise us up to another level, you know, that we should be striving for, because Muslim believe we should always be looking to go forward. We should be always looking to go up, not down. We should be looking to do things that we need as human beings. We need to also look at things like a school for our children. And I wonder where our children at anyway. I mean, you don't have to tell me where they at, but I'm just saying, you know. But we talking about raising a Muslim, we need an Islamic school. Because how you going to raise Muslims in a Christian school? How you going to raise Muslims in a public school? When they come home and start cussing you out, then you're gonna be upset with them. Because of the environment that they in, that we let them go in. Because we just sit around and we come to Jumu'ah, but we're not trying to liberate ourselves nor our families, and then take them and get them out of captivity, because that's what they're in. You don't think so? This society, this world, this United States of America is a place for human captivity and human denial. So many things that we don't get, we don't even know about. You know, and so Al-Islam is the key, man. That's what hey, you Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I say you Muslim. I'm Muslim too, but we gotta wake up, man. Seriously. And if you don't like what I said, we need to wake up. And I don't mean that negative. Allah is my God. Allah is my witness. And when Allah is ready for me or you or anybody else to leave this earth, we leave. Because one brother was asking me today, when I was out there shoveling snow. And he said, well, what you doing out here shoveling snow? You know, I had 5 strokes. I said, you know, it's already written in Allah's book, in the decree of Allah, when I'm going to go, how I'm going to go, and when I'm going to go. So if that's it, so let it be. If from the shoveling the snow, Allah wanted it, it won't happen without the will, right? The will of Allah. We not death seekers, but we believe in Allah. And we sensible, we got good common sense, I hope we do. You know, but that's what we should illustrate at all times. You know, so it's important. I thank Allah for this opportunity because I haven't did a Jumu'ah in many years. And as I said, I'm not here for to be imam or nothing like that. And I told the brother, I said, look, I only want to be a helper. I want to be an Ansar. You know, be Ansars. All y'all could be Ansars. All y'all. Because who you think was helping Prophet Muhammad? Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It was the Ansar. They were the helpers of Allah. They was helping the Prophet. So it's something that we all could do and get involved in. And you know, the more that we have that's unified, the more unity and the more respect we're going to have as a community. Yeah, that's true. All right, I think I'll have to conclude. Yes, sir. So I thank y'all for listening to me, and I pray Allah that what I'm saying that it would resonate and bring about a change that is in our thinking. You know, because we all need that. You know, just like the weather. You see that the weather, what Allah sent, the rain, the snow, the hail, all in one day. So that's a sign. We probably need that too. But to cleanse the brain, to cleanse the thinking, to bring the purity back that Allah gave to us as human beings. And that purity, we know that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was an exemplification of that. I'm going to conclude. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In my conclusion, I'd like to speak on Imam W.D. Muhammad and something he said that man means mind. So what do that mean to us? Does that mean anything to us? that means that as a leader, he was bringing us into the importance that we need to kind of back up off the material things and work on that mind. Said man means mind. And that's what's going to carry us, the mind, the brain, the mind is what's going to carry us to our destination. It's not the clothes we wear. You know, so we thank Allah for him. We thank Allah for him. And he also said that words make people. Words make people. So we're no more than a product of words. And whatever we consume into our intellect, that's what we're gonna be. You know, so these are great words of wisdom. Then it says that we should teach. No. Words make people to teach. Okay. Words make people to teach, to educate us, and to keep the light on for human excellence, for moral excellence. So this is blessings that we got, dear beloved people, and we should take advantage of it. And also, I said, here a lot of imams come up, they talking about zakat. I'm gonna say the same thing for them since they not here. You know, we gotta give our zakat. We support the masjid, and I'm not gonna say much on it because I don't really think it's appropriate for me. I'll let them deal with that. So I greet you as I did in the beginning. Assalamu alaikum. Comment.